Ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Majority, here today with my second anime review. What? 2 animes? 2 weeks? How could that be possible? Well, who the hell do you think I am? I'm Majority, the same man who stayed alive during a YouTube drought and revived a channel at a time where I thought I'd never come back. I reject the impossible in order to make it possible. Enjoy the video. Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann, also known as Gurren Laggan here in the States. I call it by its Japanese name because that's the version that I watched. It was a recommendation by ProZD, a very big YouTube channel, and one that I watch somewhat regularly and whose content I really enjoy. He has a great voice, and I think that the quality of your voice is a really understated facet in a lot of people's YouTube channels. When you can say things with conviction and really make your content sound appealing, that's when you know you're doing it right. So shoutouts to him, shoutouts for the recommendation. But why? Why watch Gurren Laggan? Why did I finish it? You know, I do start a lot of these anime, and if I don't get brought into it, if I don't have some strong buy-in, then I won't continue to watch it. But Gurren Laggan had a strong buy-in. I really liked it from the get-go, from the onset. This is a show about persistence of humanity in order to achieve even when things are against them. It starts off under the surface, below our very feet, where humans are trapped. And this particular subset of humans is drilling into the earth in order to gather materials for their micro community. However, one human, Kamina, has had enough, and he stands up to it. And he adopts a younger boy in the community called Simon. They pronounce it Simon, but I'm not going to call him Simon. Simone or something. I'm going to call him Simon. He adopts him in order to make his dream of reaching the surface a reality. And together they stand up against the overseers of the community. And Simon stumbles upon this little mech, so to speak. There's a better word for it, but this little armored vehicle. And he uses his power, his drill power, in order to channel his energy into the mech. And together with Kamina and a girl who comes under the surface with a similar cause, chasing another mecha, they escape from underneath the surface, only to find more conflict and more humans who are being oppressed and driven back into the earth. It's a very compelling concept, especially for a first episode. And thematically, it's very strong. Kamina himself is a boss. You don't step to Kamina. And if you do, he's going to stand right in your face and not back down. And I like his sense of resistance. He's ridiculous, as is a lot of the dialogue in the show. But he is such an inspiring force for the other characters in the show. And hearing a lot of his nonsense just makes the show so much more compelling. It's exaggerated as hell, but I love it. I love hearing things like, don't believe in you. Don't believe in yourself. Believe in the me that believes in you in order to make the impossible possible, in order to drill through and pierce to the heavens. It sounds ridiculous, but when it's said with such conviction, it just becomes so much more compelling, authoritative, and believable. And that's what really makes this unbelievable show that much more compelling and draws me into it. Because a lot of it does hinge on the bizarre. Humans combining with mechs, with spiral power, it loses me at a lot of points. But the exaggerated quality of the characters in the show is what makes it so appealing. I mean, take Yoko, right? Just take a good look at her for a second. I'm joking. Clearly her outfit is not something you'd see most women clad in. But as you can see, the show doesn't take itself so seriously with a lot of the form aspects. But it does take itself seriously in thinking about the plight of humans and how they must keep fighting in order to make their place on Earth. And that's the concept that drives the whole show. Everything comes back to this central theme. And you notice that in the quality of the characters, in the development of the plot, and the journey throughout aspects of humanity. This is not a show that holds anything back. It doesn't play it safe by any means. It's only 27 episodes. And it's not made with the intent of creating a long-running serial where episodes or concepts are dragged out. Everything moves briskly in order to propel the narrative into new territory and to show you the different forces at work that are restricting humanity and the success to which they can. Or can they? Do they succeed on some fronts? You gotta watch the show to find out. I don't want to give too much away, but I really like the division of the show into different brackets. Because I didn't have faith for a little while. I was a little suspect of the main character, Simon. He's a young kid, and he's the protagonist of the show. I began to question the extent to which he could be a strong protagonist that I could believe in. And by the end of the show, I believed. And it just made me feel that much more on his side. And it was inspiring. Inspiring to see him grow into a character that I actually liked. Will you like him? I don't know. It depends on the extent to which you are willing to suspend the ability to believe in the unbelievable in order to enjoy an anime. Don't you love it when I talk like that? Well, I do, and that's why I've been doing it for years. But this show is worth watching if you've got 8 hours to spend. 27 episodes is nothing. And I went through it like Gatorade. I don't know. I'm not sponsored by Gatorade. I just was thinking of something really fluid and easy to process. Bad comparison. But that being said, I really like the sense to which the show is animated. Not as an anime, but with character. That's my second anime review. Thanks for watching. I enjoyed watching anime myself, and I'm looking forward to more animes to come. And until next time, I will continue to reject the impossible in order to make the impossible possible. Watching animes, playing video games, and doing my YouTube channel. Because I will pierce through to the heavens with Gurren Laggan. Fight the power.